Welcome to Packmates, a show about Magic the Gathering, limited. where we take a deep dive into the limited format, and the Packmates are a group of people that just enjoy. Oh no, I screwed the whole thing up. Wait. I should probably pull it up.
Welcome to Packmates, a podcast about Magic the Gathering Limited, where we take a deep dive into the current limited formats. I'm Robi, the resident Dirtle expert.
I'm Andrew, the resident Miss Every F&M expert.
and we're the
Packmates.
Got him.
Yeah.
Easy win.
Dang, you really did memorize that.
I memorized it. It's easy. After you say it enough times, you're just like... Usually it takes me 3 times to memorize anything. So
Does it really? That's pretty good. It takes me forever to memorize.
Well, if I say it all the time, right?
I feel like I say it a reasonable amount of times.
You say it more than anyone. It makes no sense.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I literally said it.
Yep. So this week, we don't have Ryan. He is sick this week. So it's just me and Andrew. And out of me and Andrew, I'm the only one that actually went to F&M. So yeah.
But I still like Magic. I still like Magic the Gathering Limited.
Yep. Just came back from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Went to F&M. So we'll probably talk about Minneapolis, some things I learned there, a quick little deck tech, and just shoot the with Andrew.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't really talked to him since I've been back since Minneapolis.
Yeah, they were holding it out on me. No good stories.
Yeah, we gotta save them for content.
I was like, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Take photos. Ryan sent me one photo.
I don't take photos, so I just genuinely don't. I'm so bad about it.
How many Pro Tour matches did you watch that weekend?
That's funny. We'll get into that. Yeah, that's a funny story.
Well, you want to recap your F&M deck?
Yeah, so this one's a little wild. Ooh. So I don't know if you know this, Andrew. Do you know what came out today?
I don't know what came out today.
March of the Machine Aftermath.
Aftermath?
Which has nothing to do with us because it's not a draft set.
It's not a draft set?
It's only 5 cards in a pack. There's only 50 cards. Okay? The packs are expensive, too. They're like $6 a pack, low-key.
For 5 cards?
For 5 cards, yeah. But there's like a lot of value in it, but who cares?
That's right.
It's 5-card packs.
We don't draft for value.
Yeah. So this week, we wanted to incorporate March of the Machine Aftermath.
Okay. So
our first pack we opened, we ended up opening 1 pack of Aftermath and 3 packs of regular. So there was 1 5-card pack, so nothing would table, right? Because they're only 5-card packs.
Yeah.
We were in 6-man draft pods. And so that was the first pack we opened. So that way we could build around it. That was my idea, low-key.
Oh, was it? That's
so that way we could like play around the new cards.
Yeah, of course.
So I got a bunch of random cards I'll probably never play again with in my entire life. Yeah. So I ended up going into Sultai.
Ooh, Sultai, nice.
Yeah, so basically I just like, after Minneapolis, I'm just like, if it's open, if nobody's taking all the good blue and black cards, I'm just already in it. Like, genuinely.
Yeah, man.
It's too good. It's too nutty.
Yeah.
And so I ended up drafting Sultai. And I'll just go over the 3 Aftermath cards I had in my deck. I only had 3 because you only get 5. And so I think I probably had the most out of anyone, genuinely.
Really?
Yeah, because like a lot of those cards don't work in draft. like it was not designed to draft at all.
No, I mean, with 5 cards, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So but I would be amazed if somebody had all 5.
I'm surprised you guys just didn't ball out and just be like 3 packs.
I thought about there's only 50 cards in the set. Oh, so it would have been the worst draft experience ever. So it would have taken 9 packs. Yeah. It would have been like $60.
Think of all the duplicates you would have got. Think how consistent your deck would have been with all those duplicates.
It's bad though. Like there isn't comments. Like, how are you going to draft a deck?
Well, you got to just evaluate the mythics and rares, man. That's a myth. That's a more mythic.
The rares aren't even like that good in draft. So I only have three cards in my from my Aftermath packs. I'll read them off in order of how good I thought they were. So my first one, this is a bad card. This shouldn't have been in my deck. Tyvar the Bellicose, which is 2, a black and a green for a legendary creature and elf warrior. It's a 5/4. It's got way too much text that is super irrelevant. Like, whenever one or more elves you control attack, they gain death touch until end of turn. How many elves do you think I had? I'm playing Dimir, 0. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. 1, Tyvar the Bellicose is my only elf. This next ability kind of came up in like the most convoluted, dumbest way possible. But each creature you control has, whenever a mana ability of this creature resolves, put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana this creature produced. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Oh, wow. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, so how many creatures in my deck do you think I have with mana abilities?
You're playing Sultai?
I'm playing Dimir.
Oh, you're playing Dimir.
I'm playing Dimir.
So, like,
and I have
one?
Yeah, actually, yes. I did have one. Omen Hawker.
Oh, yeah.
Which came up kind of weirdly relevant.
Omen Hawker has gone up on my list ever since I did that. Checking
good.
Out, like, kind of all those big, 6-0 decks or whatever. He was
Omen
in quite a
Hawker
bit there.
Good,
yeah.
Genuinely, yeah.
I was surprised.
But do you know how many +1/+1 counters Omen Hawker gets whenever he taps? 2.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I may or may not have at one point tonight had a 7/7 Omen Hawk.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
So this was the worst Aftermath card in my deck. Okay, the second best or second worst, depending on how you look at it, was Ayara's Oathsworn, which was 1 and a black for a human knight. It's a 2/2. It has menace. Whenever Arya's Oathsworn deals combat damage to a player, if it has fewer than 4 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then, if it has exactly 4 +1/+1 counters on it, search your library for a card, put it in your hand, and shuffle.
Oh my gosh.
So this card was like, you had to kill it eventually.
Jeez,
like chump a million things into it. It was pretty good. It was pretty decent, but it was kind of whatever. But my last one was
the best one, right?
Ultra nutty. Like disgusting bomb. And I didn't really like it seemed good on the surface, but like once you actually play with it, you're like, oh man, like this is like it reminds me of what's the 3-mana card from Dominaria United that whenever you play your 7th land, you make a land a creature with flying.
Oh yeah, was it not Tatiova? No.
Tatiova. It's like
Mystic
strictly
uncommon.
Way better Tatiova.
Oh my gosh.
So this is Joel Rael, Voice of Zephyr. It's 2, a green and a blue. And this is why I put Forest in my deck, basically. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target land you control becomes an XX green and blue bird creature with flying and haste until end of turn. Where X is the number of cards in your hand, it's still a land. So that doesn't seem that good, but the second part. Whenever a land creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Enables itself.
Yeah.
Most of the time, those lands were 6/6s.
Damn.
It was so stupid, genuinely.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah, so I basically just played Dimir with these cards in it. Just typical Dimir. I've got Invasion of Amonkhet. Just the classics, you know. I was playing, you'll love this, Andrew, 44 cards.
Oh my gosh.
Just too much. Too many good playables.
You can't make any cuts?
Nah.
Oh, man.
Too good.
How many lands?
17.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
All right,
1744.
Good. Okay. Acceptable.
Yeah, for sure.
44? What happened to the nice Robi being like 41? He was kind of close.
Dude, there was just 2. Like, I don't know what to cut in this deck.
How many preening champions? You tell me how many preening champions.
2 preening champions. Okay. Yeah. A reasonable amount of preening champions. And I was drawing so many cards off like Jolrael, And like I had land cyclers and stuff, like in
Those are
Eyes
good.
of Gataxis. You know, there weren't really any sus cards.
I was catching a lot of strays for those land cyclers early on. I think I was right. Pretty good.
No, I don't know. They aren't very good actually, but Dimir likes them. Dimir will play them.
Yeah.
But like that's basically like the only deck I ever want to put them in.
Yeah.
That or specifically Dimir or Simic.
Like you want to hit your land drops to a certain point, and then it's just like, oh, I just got better creatures than you now.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like, oh,
the Swamp
big,
Cycler I think is the best one, genuinely, because it's like the most relevant off of Invasion of Amonkhet. Yeah, which is like the meta now. You know.
No. You're telling me people picked up on that card now?
Yeah, yeah. It is the best uncommon by far, by like a mile and a half.
Did you feel like Black Blue has been contested a little bit more now?
No. No, I don't.
Damn, that was so quick.
I don't, genuinely. Today, I've like took an Invasion of Amonkhet with a pack with a Halo Forger, a Final Flourish, Artistic Refusal, and Preening Champion. Oh my God. And then I took the Invasion of Amonkhet. I was like, damn, like this pack's so good. I don't want to pass any of these cards. They all wield. They all wield. Nobody respects it. Like it's like free. It's so free right now, genuinely. Like the rats. Nobody plays the rats. Nobody plays the Berserker. Like it's too free for me to not play it. Genuinely.
This is becoming like Ryan in the last set when Ryan was always drafting blue. Was it blue white artifacts? I'm like,
I was drafting blue black Dimir, right?
That's true, yeah. But you were trying to like prove something. Ryan was just like, they keep coming me back. I was like, what the heck, man? It's kind of you right now where it's like, well, just keep passing Halo Forge. What am I supposed to do? There was an Invasion of Amonkhet 5th pick. What the heck?
I didn't get no 5th pick Invasion.
Okay.
I got a 3rd pick.
Oh, you got a 3rd pick?
Which is ludicrous. Nobody should pass it.
I don't think so either.
Genuinely.
Yeah, that card's way too good.
Like, it's better than most of the mythics. But, like, I had a draft in Minneapolis. We'll get into it.
It's always, like, the best card in the graveyard, though, right? Like, every time.
Yeah. Yeah, like, definitely disgusting.
That was always my favorite kind of argument for like Clone, where it's like, it's the best creature on the field. What more do you want out of this guy? Like, he's the best guy.
Yeah, I had the worst Invasion of Amonkhet flip today, where the only creature in a graveyard was the random 2/2 green creature that you pay 4 to pump, and I did end up pumping it at one point in time because I had green mana in my deck. So I did make it a 6/6 at one point.
Nice.
But that was like the only time I've ever played it, and it felt bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
blue black is nutty.
So you skipped last week. You were skipping out on us.
Yeah,
what were you doing? What big important things were you doing? Oh, okay.
Which I did hear that it was the Pro Tour. Only really from you.
Oh, really?
Only from listening to last week's podcast today. I was like, oh yeah, it was the Pro Tour, not just MagicCon. Yeah, I definitely went to 0 Pro Tour coverage because I'm bad at life. And I just like didn't put 2 and 2 together. I could like watch the Pro Tour. I thought it was just gonna be like a sweaty room.
That was probably a sweaty room.
Yeah, probably. But like a sweaty room where like nobody's watching but yeah.
No, man. The whole team aspect, all those guys just like, man, we practiced so hard for this thing.
Yeah, it was crazy. I watched a lot of the coverage after.
Oh, did you? Good.
Yeah, I did watch it. It was crazy to watch. Like,
yeah, you should go back and watch that Luis round 11 match, dude. It was so good.
I didn't see that.
It was good. It was good.
I watched Reed Duke draft.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad deck. That was a bad deck, genuinely. That was such a bad deck with 2 good cards in it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what are you doing putting drag cyclers in your deck? That's so wrong. He just like committed way too early to white. Yeah. Like, there was no reason to do that, genuinely.
Yeah. Normally, those guys don't hard commit like that to, they keep blue a little looser, but I don't know. Maybe they just think white's really good. And it was well represented in a lot of the 3-0 decks of day one when I kind of looked at that like little list that I put up there.
Mhm.
Or actually, I didn't put it up, but like the coverage team did. I was just kind of looking at it and riffing on it. But I saw like a lot of white, blue, white, black.
I'm convinced that white is the worst color.
I think it just every time in those things they were basically like mono blues, a little bit of white, and it was like mono black, a little bit of white.
Yeah, that's like the good white decks.
Yeah.
Like you're only playing white to support disgusting mobs. Really, like you aren't getting that much else from it.
Like you're just trying to use the like I'm gonna gain 4 life and draw a card.
That card's good though. That card is very good. I will say that's like the best way uncommon Loki. Which is super controversial, but
it's pretty damn good. Well, actually, I don't know. Norn's Inquisitor's got to be better.
Norn's Inquisitor is super good. Norn's Inquisitor is real. But like, Norn's Inquisitor doesn't really win you games. The same way that I've had like the most disgusting looking black-white decks I went like 2-3 with.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't have a realistic way to win the games.
It's so weird because they run out of steam in these like really bomby decks, like just start running over you.
Yeah, and then you just get like a gall dud.
That's where, that's where you get your opponent down to 1, and then they
breach the multiverse you, and you just lose, right?
Oh my gosh, it happened to me. It happened to me on Arena. It happened to me twice actually. I was playing a best of, and then it was like a traditional draft, and so the guy just got me on the first one. I was like, okay, whatever. And then we got into I think it was game 1, he got me that way. Game 3, same thing. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like,
me and Ryan did a two-headed dragon draft.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And my deck had breached the multiverse in it. And we were playing the 5-mana blue battle that finds an instant or sorcery.
Oh.
And we also, we flipped it at one point in time and turbo milled our opponent for 20.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
It was disgusting, genuinely. We had breached the multiverse. That was our only realistic way to win. Was Ryan feigned pressure until turn 7 where I could cast breach the multiverse. It was just my job to get to breach the multiverse. And we flipped the battle occasionally. It was fun.
Oh my god.
It was kind of fun, but yeah.
So you did a lot of drafting there instead of watching coverage?
I did a lot of drafting. I did way too much drafting. I kind of took it easy. I just took my time to do whatever I really wanted to. But it was mostly just drafting that I wanted to do.
Were the drafts firing pretty quick there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There was a lot of drafts. Usually a pod would only last for about usually before 10 minutes. I had one, it was kind of early, where it was 10 minutes.
Jeez, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was run very smoothly. It was kind of interesting too, because you almost always just your third round opponent would just split. They would just be want to split.
Yeah.
And you always, it was better EV just to split usually. Because you'd get 1,200 tickets if you won, but 400 if you lost.
Oh.
Or you could just get 800 and draft again immediately.
Good,
so usually I was just running them back as fast as I could.
I was going to say, I was so how many no splits did you do?
One no split. One no split.
Did you win it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you size it up? You're just did you see the guy's deck before?
Usually, if my opponent offers, I'll do it. But if they talk a little smack,
if the guy's just quivering in fear, he's I saw you in the other round. Your deck's pretty good, man.
I would split with someone like that. I'm a nice guy. I'd split with anyone. If they offer the split, I'm just gonna split.
How many times have I offered the split to you to say,
fuck you, Andrew? Every time. It's different. It's different. Yeah,
all right, fair.
I will never split with Andrew. Sometimes I'll offer it and they'll be yeah. And they'll be never mind. I don't want to do that. Beat me like a man, Andrew.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Oh man.
Yeah, it was fun though. Yeah, I basically drafted Dimir every single time. Though.
Did you just go in knowing that you were going to do more Dimir? I mean, we've seen a lot of the data and things like that.
I was just opening here and win rate drafting, which is always put you in Dimir. Like genuinely.
At least put you in the blue
so many
for sure.
more commons,
Yeah.
like 60% win rate in like blue and black than there is in like any other color pair.
Well, wait a second. Doesn't the 3/1 knight have like a very high win?
It does. It does.
The white one, right?
I ain't playing no knights.
Oh, I'm just saying, if you're going by strict,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I may or may not have looked at some 17 lands this week.
It's win rate. The Night Lord has a better opening hand win rate.
Oh, that's the most insane thing. It's got like I think it's maybe 5th on the whole like.
Yeah,
it's like literally mythic uncommon.
It's improvement when drawn's lower than Invasion of Amonkhet for sure.
Oh yeah. But
yeah, Invasion of Amonkhet just so unbelievably stupid that it's so easy to set up that like. I'm gonna take every Invasion of Amonkhet.
It just does. I mean, it sets itself up. It's already there. You just gotta have a creature.
It's so easy to flip, right? Like, sometimes you even play Render and Nerd just to flip it. Like, I'm even
really.
If you have 2 or more Invasion of Amonkhets, I'll run a Render and Nerd genuinely.
Damn.
Like, that and the Invasion of Eldraine is very good too.
Oh
like
yeah,
the 4 mana one that makes him discard 2. Like if I have 2 Invasion of Amonkhet and a Invasion of Eldraine, I'll run a Render and
I've gotten blown out by that card a couple of times actually.
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm super on it.
Yeah, I never see it coming. And the flip side of it's kind of like whatever. But
people don't respect it nearly as much as they should.
I think just because the card quality is so high that when you're like holding cards in your hand, like you get exhausted. Like there's a point in the game where everybody like reaches parity and they kind of exhaust themselves a little bit, and that card just busted wide open.
The thing I've noticed is like usually in Dimir, I want a bunch of 2-drops. Usually I want the rats. Okay. Rats are like the best.
Yeah.
The counter spell is very good as a 2-drop. And then
is that the one that counters? Was it counter a creature or a battle?
Yes.
Okay.
That card is very good. Very, very. That's the best. The artistic refusal is very good too. But
that card.
It's super good, but like I think your first one of the other ones is low-key better.
Really?
Actually, yeah. Because
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask how many battles you actually countered with it. If like somebody got to the point where they flipped it, were you able to counter the battle? Did you ever use it that kind of way?
Yeah, you can hella do that. Yeah, I definitely did that a couple times.
Oh, nice.
And like the thing about that makes it so good is it's like unlike other counter spells we used to have where that would like make them pay mana.
Mm-hmm.
It's never not getting you anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just giving you a 2/2 is real too, genuinely. Like I've won games making them tap out and give me a 2/2, right? Like
damn.
And just like slap that 5-mana enchantment that gives something flying and on my 2/2 and just win. Like I've won games like that. But yeah, it's nutty for sure. That card's very good. And then 2-mana Thoughtseize that gets a creature or battle.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good with like in Dimir, you just want to like mess their hand up usually.
Yeah.
And like that does it real good. That does a really good job. You just like if you're able to do that on 2, get their 3-drop or any bomb they might have.
Yeah.
And then Invasion of Amonkhet, that's like every game. Like you just win, right? Like there's nothing they can do from that point on, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so like that's basically every draft deck I had this weekend. Another thing that I did a lot was I would splash Emoti, the 3/1, 5-mana, a green and a blue Cascade.
Oh yeah.
That card was insanely good in Dimir.
Seems good. Just casting more, getting more spells out of there.
What was super ridiculously relevant, and I've kind of like come around to this, is the second ability. Whenever you cast a creature, or whenever you cast a spell that costs 6 or more mana, it has Cascade.
Mm-hmm.
All the land cyclers in Dimir cost 6 or more mana.
Oh heck yeah, they do.
So it like gets way better with like land cyclers.
Man.
And artistic refusal, which is already disgustingly good by itself.
I can't imagine cascading off of that.
And cascading and drawing two.
Oh, you got to pitch one, yeah.
Yeah,
and counter
so
spell,
good, genuinely. So, like, I would say probably I did like 5 or 6 drafts. and probably 3 of them had emoji in them.
Jeez,
Genuinely.
Oh my gosh.
It was like people don't respect that card enough either. So as long as it's free. Another weird interaction I had come up with emoji is it's so good with Tetsuko. The 1/3 that makes creatures with power or toughness 1 unblockable. So you just beat with your 3/1 and Dimir, right? like.
I don't think I ever read Tetsuko's other ability. I didn't realize it was power or toughness. I always thought it was
power or toughness. Yeah.
Oh man,
I won so many disgusting games with
gosh,
hideous board states. Just getting them with the rats with Tetsuko, like genuinely, just like the worst board states you've ever seen. Oh my gosh!
What was like one of the worst ones that you saw that weekend where you were just like, I'm at like 2 life, and then this is like unsurmountable heights.
A guy did get up to 78 life against me.
How did you let that happen?
I don't even know how it got so bad. I think so. He had like the Valkyrie, right? He had the Valkyrie. Yeah. And he also had a bunch of like the game 4 draw. Oh. I don't know how else he was gaining life. Genuinely.
I mean, 70 is a pretty high
78
number.
Was like ridiculous.
Like at what point do you just like, and you're sitting there with like a rat and you just
a couple rats on the field, you know?
You're like,
well, it looks like I'm almost dead. Not quite. I do have outs. And I don't know how I was able to stabilize completely. I think I had like 3 Halo Forgers in that deck, which was disgusting.
Oh my god!
I was like wheeling them, you know.
You wheeled a Halo Forger?
I wheel Halo Forgers more than I should ever be allowed to, for sure.
This is like even at the Pro Tour, people, no one puts respect on that guy's name.
Playing in the Pro Tour.
Okay, yeah, all right. So like, even in the side events of a Pro Tour, no one.
That's why they at the side events, like. But yeah, Halo Foragers free. Halo Forager is really good, but I think it might be a little overrated. Just a little bit.
Really?
Just a tiny bit. Like, it's kind of awkward to make it work all the time. You know?
It's like only like a couple extra mana, right?
Yeah, but like you have to have something in your graveyard too, right?
That's
or
true.
In their graveyard too, right? Like,
I've been tempted to play it on 3. I was just like, well, it's just a 3/1 flyer.
On 3.
Do you?
It's
okay.
Fine. It's okay.
All right.
Because sometimes like there's nothing in the graveyard that's worth getting. You just want to like beat in on your Invasion of Amonkhet, right?
Yeah.
So like I've definitely just jammed it, but like it's way better if you can get something else.
I've definitely blown games because I didn't play it because I was like, I gotta get more value. And I was like just value hunting there. And I was like, I could have just like played
it for 3.
And just been beaten
a 3/1 flyer for 3 is absolutely fine, right? Like we're just being greedy at that point.
Yeah, it was super greed.
I've noticed too, I like to play the Mirrodin, whenever a creature deals combat damage, or whenever like destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn.
Oh yeah.
I like to play that in Halo Forager decks.
That seems good.
Yeah, because it's just like 1 mana. So like getting a Halo Forager and like in Dimir, most of the Dimir decks I play just have like trash creatures, right? Like just you literally just beat down with like 1/1s.
Yeah, you're gonna like block with the rat or attack with the rat.
Yeah, just get in with Tetsuko rat.
Oh yeah, like that's a little different. Yeah.
Tetsuko, like you just play garbage, trash, like 1 power creature that you just beat them over the course of 20 turns with.
Oh man.
Yeah, like and just counter everything. You know, like that's usually how my games have been going. You just mess up their hands, beat in with rats. Nobody respects the Blight Reaper Thawid, the 2-mana 2/2. That flips and makes. He's so busted, genuinely.
Man, if like preening champion's good, this guy's got to be good.
Yeah, right. Like he's like a bad preening champion.
Super funny. He's like uncommon and just maybe. Oh man,
he's like worse, way worse, measurably worse. Yeah, preening champion's so dumb though. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, beat down somebody from 78 life to 2.
Man,
I had 2 life. They had some near,
Oh man,
it was ridiculous.
Was that like going into a finals or like was it round
It
one,
was,
round two?
I think that was round 2.
Oh,
That dude was like, "This is the dumbest game of Magic I've
he
ever
must have
played."
been super tilted
The
afterwards.
final, no, it was amicable because he was very good at Magic. For sure.
Okay.
And definitely, I have this ability where I can just make the board state the most hideous thing on the planet. Andrew knows this. Andrew's shaking his head right now. He's nodding along because he just knows.
I was hoping you would acknowledge that. But
I
yes.
am amazing. That's my talent, right? That's like my superpower.
It's really good. Yeah,
it's just making the board state unthinkable. Like you just can't think about what's happening because there's just so many things going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm so good at navigating that. Like that's my talent. It's just knowing that everything's broken and everything's just like just a disgusting mess. There's like 15 creatures on the battlefield.
Yeah. I always like watching a Robi game. It's kind of fun. You're just like, wow, this is like a puzzle.
Yeah, because like
here?
sometimes that's how you have to win a game. Is just like making it so hard for them to think of like how to get in, right? Mm-hmm. Just complicating the board state is genuinely like a strategy that I use. Like where just like they have 0 good options and like they have 0 good options and they just aren't like willing to just throw it all away to try to swing in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, 78-2.
That's nuts.
And I was like, dude, maybe I should just concede and go to the next draft. And then I was like, nah, I'm gonna make him kill me for sure.
Yeah.
And I've made the most disgusting comeback I've probably ever made.
Oh man, it happened to me, except I was the other guy. I was like, oh no.
Sometimes me and Andrew games go like that. Those are the ones I remember. The ones where I make disgusting comebacks.
Oh man, jeez.
That aren't feasible, you know. So yeah.
Oh man.
So Dimir is the best color pair in the format. That's all you should be drafting, basically. That's
yeah, apparently so. Gosh, that's a lot of wins for that deck. I mean, really, for that archetype that you've been playing. I mean, you really just played that exclusively there almost.
Yep. That's all I did. Yeah. Genuinely just Dimir. It's just too free.
Like, what are you on the lookout though when you see that? When you see those, like, you got to know, like,
which,
these are what, like,
which cards?
Like, what are your top? What are your top guys?
Invasion of Amonkhet is like the hardest signal ever. Like, you should just immediately quit what you're doing, go in, genuinely. And like Halo Forger, I'm just looking at comments. I like the rat mo a lot. Genuinely. Yeah. Like I'll take rats pretty highly. Like in my first like probably 2 to 4 picks. Genuinely. I'll
2 to 4. Yeah. Dang, that's pretty high.
The other thing I look for too is like Deadly Derision is very important. You need at least like 1 copy.
Okay.
You don't need it, but like it makes it so much easier. Like Deadly Derision, and those are like usually like my first 3 picks because you have to get those because they're never wheeling because black's so good. You need like Deadly Derision, Final Flourish. You either need one of those 2 and you probably need both if you can get them, right?
Yeah.
But you usually have around like 4 to 5 pieces of removal, which doesn't seem like nearly enough. But like,
no, it doesn't.
Probably like 6 if you include like a Pharaoh's Dispersal. But like usually Dimir with like Halo Charge Scab or the Forager. Is that what it's called?
Halo Charge Scab. Is that the 5-cost 4?
The 5-cost 4/4. Like then you only have to have 1 copy of Deadly Derision in your deck, right? It gives you 2. It's like Dune Mover. If Dune Mover got you disgusting removal spells.
Oh my gosh.
It's like strictly better than Dune Mover. It's like Dune Mover for removal. Like, you gotta play him. He's so good, genuinely. Yeah, I posted a 7-wins deck to our Discord the other day.
Yeah.
I had 6 creatures in it.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask what your thoughts were on creatures in this format. It seems like you're moving like to less and less creatures.
That deck, that was just a Sunfall deck, right? But 2 of my creatures were Halo Charge Scabs. so that's how you know how good it is. He was worthy enough to make it out of my 6 creatures I played in that deck. Yeah.
That's got to be pretty nice, like getting the sun.
Sunfall back.
Yeah.
Sunfall, and the other thing that's like super real about him too is he gets battles back.
I found that out the hard way.
He gets back Invasion of Amonkhet after they use their 1 removal spell in their entire deck to kill it.
Yes. I played against this person who had like 2 invasions of Amonkhet, and they flipped them, and I got rid of them. And I was like, okay, this is good.
Halo Charge
Halo Charge Scab. I was like, what the shit? Oh, it's so brutal.
Gets him back. He's so good.
The value on that was crazy. I mean, they made me basically discard 3 cards, and they drew 3 cards. I mean, my gosh, that was brutal.
I've been really impressed by Halo Charge Scabs. There's like lots of loops with them too.
Yeah.
Like with like Unseal the Necropolis. Like if you're able to kill, you can infinitely chump block forever.
Are you high on 5 drops in?
I kind of am. I think that like dictates the most of like what you want to be doing in Dimir.
Really?
It's like which 5 drops you have access to.
Okay.
Like depending on which 5 drops you have access to is like which 2 drops you want. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
So like if you're
not going to play like a bunch of 5 drops, you have to really be like
you have to kind of focus in on your 5 drops.
Yeah.
But like some of them you just jam infinite copies of. like Halo Charge Scab. Like Halo Charge Scab is only good if you have like realistic targets to get back.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
So that's
he's only
like
as good as the cards around him.
Yeah. So like if you have access to like Halo Charge Scabs, you should take removal, right?
Yeah.
Usually that one's not a very good example because it works the other way around.
Yeah.
Where you just get a bunch of removal and then you get a bunch of Halo Charge Scabs. But the other 5 drops I want to kind of highlight is the Corruption of Tawashi.
Is that the -4/-4 surveil too?
No.
Ooh.
It is the 5 mana enchantment in blue.
Yes.
Whenever it enters the battlefield, incubate 4.
Heck yeah.
That card is disgusting.
So, and you get to draw a card?
You get to draw a card anytime a permanent transforms.
Once per turn. Once per turn. Once per turn.
Once per turn.
Yeah.
Once per turn.
But you can also flip dice on your opponent's
turn. And like half the time it's like free low key because like you're flipping Invasion of Amonkhet if you're doing it right? Like you better be flipping them Invasion of Amonkhet.
That's even more disgusting. You get to draw a card off
a card and just win the game too.
So
right?
Draw 2, pitch 1, and get their best creature. So good.
Yeah, but that card really dictates which 2 drops you want in your deck, right?
Yeah, of course.
So like you're more likely to put like Aetherblade agents or other random flip creatures or Eyes of Gitaxis that make which is already disgustingly good. And you probably play that in every Dimir deck.
Oh yeah.
But like it's kind of a build around. You know, you can definitely build around it and like optimize on it, right? Like you probably would rather have, unironically, Eyes of Gitaxis over even like a preening champion if you already had like a corruption of Tawashi.
Whoa.
If you have a corruption of Tawashi, preening champion's less good in your deck. Right?
I mean, it's just this is good. It's just
it's good. It's good. Like, all the cards are good.
Yeah.
It's Dimir. All the cards are already good. Like it's about finding the synergy to make disgusting decks. I think. Like if I have a corruption of Tawashi, I'm more likely to play a flip creature.
Oh, absolutely.
Than like even a preening champion. Like preening champion's still good, right? Yeah. And like the other one is like the super controversial take, Emoti. You should just be jamming Emoti.
I like Emoti. I do. I really do. I played it quite a bit. Actually, it was a couple weeks ago when you were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that guy's got to be good." And so I started playing just a lot of. I was jamming green blue because I just love that.
It's fun. It's a good fun.
It's fun. It's fun when it's good, and then it's just like, okay, good. Yeah, it's been bad for so long. It's nice to kind of have it being dragged up.
Have you ever been able to double cascade off it yet?
No, I haven't.
The dream. I've done it. It's the most disgusting thing.
That's so good.
But yeah, Emoti's so good. But that really dictates which 2 drops you want in your deck. Because you're like way less likely to put a bunch of random 2-mana counter spells in your deck if you have Emoti. Because like you don't want to hit them off Cascade.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. I had that happen to me. I had I think I had was it counter creature battle.
Yeah,
thing.
that card's good.
It's good, but it's not good when you're flipping it off a Modi.
Yeah, it's terrible there, right?
It's like, oh, I paid 5 for a 3/1.
Yeah. But I've noticed too, like in Dimir has felt like the color pair that I feel the least bad about playing land cyclers. And especially with the Modi, it turns all your land cyclers into like bombs, right? Because I like any 5/6 for 6 that like cascades is insane, right?
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
That's like busted.
Yeah, you're talking the Altasaur territory there.
That's like modern cards.
Yeah.
like yeah, like those are so gross. But yeah. Those are like the big 3, I think.
That's pretty good.
5 drops.
I'm down with that. I really do enjoy the Emoti. Emoti's really good, and I've been really high on the 4/4. The guy that puts something back on top of your deck.
Scab.
The Scab.
Doom River, for instance.
I've been playing that guy a lot more, and I've definitely been getting a lot more wins, or like 6 win. I've been playing a little quick draft this week, and so.
Are you high on Unseal the Necropolis yet?
No.
It's so good.
Is it?
It's so unbelievably stupid with Halo Forager. Or not Halo Forager.
That's true. With
the Scab. Scab.
Because
you're like,
it, right?
You can loop it.
That's pretty good.
You can loop it. There is weird loops. And like any disgusting bomb you get, most of the time it's gonna be like either an instant or sorcery, like let's say like what's the one? Sunfall? Sunfall is disgusting with Halo.
Ridiculous. Halo so good, yeah.
So dumb.
Oh, man.
Any of your battles too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Halo Charge Cap's been super impressing me though.
Yeah, I've been really surprised. His stats have definitely risen in my eyes.
Yeah, like he's still not that high, but I think he's like top 5 blue commons.
I'm sure he's gonna get there by the end of the season.
Like once people start to learn, like because it's so hard to get enough removal in this format. That's one thing I've noticed. That you really have to supplement your removal with ways to get it back. That's been and I play with not nearly enough removal in all my decks, but you can kind of get away with it if you're able to get it back. But yeah, Deadly Derision, Final Flourish are like the main ones, and the Dispersals too is disgusting.
Yeah,
it's been so good. I have been a little bit down on Dispersal because it's kind of awkward with Halo Forager. Like
you still get to surveil and things like that, though. Get to surveil.
Yeah, but like you have to play your Halo Forager for like if that's like the only one, and you don't get like real black removal.
Oh, man.
Like it kind of feels bad.
Yeah,
right?
it does
like
feel
it's
bad.
way worse with Halo.
It does have
Forager.
to feel bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dimir for sure. Like,
I mean, if they're just gonna keep giving it to you, you gotta just take it. I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm almost done on this format. like
I've been there already, man. I've been there since the pre-release. Yeah. I was like, nope, I'm good.
Have you gotten your 7 wins deck yet?
I have, I did. Yeah, I did. It was
didn't see it in the trophy decks.
It was because
it's not real.
I know. I didn't have it in. Unfortunately, I didn't have it on. I didn't have it on 17 lands because I did it on my phone.
Just screenshot it, bro.
I didn't save it.
I
thought I'd get more, and then I haven't had another one since.
You don't want us to critique the one you did get.
It was pretty. It was a disgusting deck. I think it had like it was the Invasion of Fior.
Yeah, that card's very stupid.
It was pretty good. It had that. It had like 3 deadly diversions. I mean, it was just like the most like
deadly
removal.
Diversions. Yeah,
it was like super. Just like I have all the removal, and it's like this is just gonna win.
Yeah, that's hard to do. It's hard to get like enough removal to feel like you have enough most of the time. Because like the removal is either like really good or really bad in this format. There's like a lot of bait. Even in Dimir, like you don't play that. I know. So I learned from your Pro Tour coverage, Andrew, that somebody did play the 2-mana flash mill 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so wrong. I
couldn't believe it.
That's not real life. That's not real life.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa.
That's like nuts. Some Pro Tour stuff that like where there is no removal, right? Like you should never put that in your deck.
It was shocking to see it. It was like, and that was in a 3-0 deck too. I was like, What is this doing here?
That's bad. You don't do that.
I was like, you're just starving for. I was like, you're that removal starved that you have to play that. That's got to be not good.
That's
or maybe
when
it's
people
good.
are actually like contesting blue, right?
Oh yeah.
So like, if you have to, you should never have to do that.
Like everybody knows that you gotta when you're sitting in a pod, it's gonna support 5 people probably playing blue at this point. Genuinely.
Especially if you're like digging deep enough to run stuff like that.
Oh man, I wish I would have seen that mono red player. Whoever got that 3-0 deck the first day or whatever. I was like, shout out to mono red. Just like, man.
The guy who won FNM tonight, I ended up getting second place, but the guy who beat me was playing mono red, which God bless his heart.
Oh,
he
man.
had the most uncontested mono red deck. I think he was the only player in the entire pod in red. So like
6 volcanic spites. Let's go.
He got the mythic.
Oh,
the mythic one, the dragon battle thing. You know what I'm talking about? He got that like 5th pick because I wasn't gonna take it. He like wheeled it, genuinely.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I don't want to put mountains in my deck.
No, I wouldn't put a mountain in my deck either.
I do splash red a fair amount. Genuinely.
For a volcanic spite, that seems like what else are you splashing? I guess the 4 deal 4 any damage convoke card is pretty good too.
It's not really feasible for that one specifically. Sometimes you like red blue is kind of a real thing. I have had like decent success.
It's got blue in it, so it's already it's getting there.
You can play black cards too.
Yeah, you might as well be mono blue splashing a little red. All right, that sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta run like an Atali, right? Like sometimes.
Oh man.
Like if you have to, you could just pitch it and get it back with Invasion of Amonkhet. Like just the typical stuff.
Of course. Oh man. Yeah. I'm still down on this format, but I got around to it when I was casting last week. I was like, oh, this looks kind of fun. But it was all just Dimir stuff. So like, black.
I think Dimir is like the funnest, but like it's not, right? Because it's like
it's powerful, but it's still fun because you're doing like all kinds of cool stuff. Like you're taking things out of the grave. You're always constantly doing stuff.
Yeah, like in loops with Scab and like looping. Breach the Multiverse is like the funnest card ever. I will say, in Two-Headed Giant, it's so dumb because it's each player. So I was milling like a total of 40 cards.
Oh my gosh.
It was like the dumbest thing. And you get 4 creatures back.
That does seem pretty good.
It was very stupid.
Oh my gosh.
But Breach of Multiverse is super fun. Like I don't know. I just love playing rats and just beating face. It's so fun.
Fair.
But yeah.
Fair. All right.
Yeah. Is that all we got for this week?
I think that's all we got for this week. Man, that was
no
cool.
Pro Tour coverage.
Yeah, no Pro Tour coverage because
no one watched it. I didn't watch it while I was there.
I'm sure Ryan's sitting at home. He's like, I was watching the coverage.
I don't think he did.
He did.
I don't think he did either. I don't think we like fully comprehended that. Because like the main area where all the side events, all the vendors, there was like other shows going on.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. I like accidentally watched one day because I was eating lunch. Because I was so ratchet. Okay, I'll just tell the story. It's completely not magic related, but Andrew kind of knows this from the last trip we went on.
Yeah.
I go so hard in continental breakfast at hotels. Like I eat that for like 2 meals.
It was nuts. You had like so many different things. You were like pocketing bananas and stuff like that.
This, I leveled up a little bit.
Did you?
I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the peanut butter for the waffles and the jelly for the biscuits.
That's so good.
And so I was like eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I made like 3 a day. And so I would eat our hotel continental breakfast like 2 meals a day. It was ridiculous.
Oh man.
I will say though, because I did that mostly because like I just didn't want to have to like leave the venue to like go get vegan food, but like it was surprising. There was like vegan options, which was cool.
I was gonna ask you that. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it there.
It was kind of tight. They even had like vegan chicken nuggets.
That's cool.
Which is cool, yeah.
Little vegan chicken nuggies.
And they even had like a whole like fruit place, which is tight.
Wow.
I didn't even eat there. Ryan did. Out of all the people, he's like, dude, I could be vegan if I just ate this. He didn't have as much. He didn't have as much. I don't want to talk for him, but he didn't have as much fun probably as I did. He did the PTQ. And kind of just got a bad sealed pool.
Yeah, he showed me that pool. It was not the great. I'm sure we'll ask him about it next week. Yeah,
we'll ask him about it next week. But one funny side note. So he was just tilted off the edge of the earth. I was like, dude, let's go get food. He's like, well, where do you want to go? And so I took him to a place unironically called the Hard Times Cafe. And one of the other people in our group asked where we were at. I just replied, the Hard Times Cafe. And they had no idea. They thought I was just helping Ryan out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was a fun trip for sure.
That's good. Yeah. Those trips are always just like a blast, man.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun to play Magic, right?
Right. Yeah, of course. That's all what it's all about. Just having good times playing Magic. All right.
Yep. I think that's all we got this week.
Dude.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.